Hey guys, what's up? Michael here. Welcome back to the shop. So for today's project, we're going to take this piece of flaming box elder over to the lathe. I'm going to try a little experiment I've had kicking around in my head for a bit, see if it works out. I'll have a chance to test out some new tools that I got, a couple tools that I made. So follow me over to the lathe and let's get this project started. Alright, the first tool that I'm going to use is this new tool handle that I made. It's 24 inches long. It's made out of cedar, black walnut, and maple. I put a collar on it that I purchased at the AAW Woodturning Symposium in Kansas City. Purchased this collar from Drozda. It's got a 5/8 inch hole and 2 set screws. It allows me to swap out for different tools. So I also made these 2 hollowing tools that can easily fit right down inside there. Tighten them down and I'm ready to rock and roll. So if you guys want to see how I made this tool handle and these tools, leave a comment down below and I'll put the footage together for you. Let's get started. I start off by getting the log roughly into shape, using the wood to guide me to its final form. Here I use a pencil to help me locate the areas that I still need to round out. This new handle and bowl gouge setup is working out beautiful. Just look at these shavings. Box elder wood is very soft and seems prone to tear out, so I apply a coat of sanding sealer to help stiffen up the fibers. Hopefully this will allow for a smoother cut. Once dry, I take some gentle finish cuts to try and remove any remaining tear out. Now that I have a tenon established, let's get it in the chuck to be safe. Here I establish the base of the form, and I start to refine the overall shape until I'm happy. I do a quick sanding up to 240 grit. And notice some deep cracks. The grain on this piece of wood is beautiful, so I'm going to attempt to save the piece by adding some dyed epoxy to seal and repair the cracks. Once dry, I take some light cuts and remove the excess. And sand up to 320 grit. Here I use a few tools that I made to make the first step into the form, and I undercut the first step. I loosen the chuck and pivot the piece a little to one side. Then go back and establish a second lip, which will be slightly off center from the first step. I loosen up the chuck again and pivot slightly more. And then create a third lip of the form. This again is slightly off center from the first two. Now I sand all 3 steps to 320 grit. Apply some Yorkshire grit abrasive paste wax and finish off the front. I add another coat of sanding sealer and wait for it to dry, and then apply Yorkshire grit to the body of the form. Next I used Hampshire Sheen High Gloss finishing wax to finalize the piece. Now it's time to hollow. I use a drill bit to establish the depth I want to hollow to, then quickly remove some extra material with a gouge to allow more room for my hollowing tool. I picked up this laser guide at the AAW Symposium in Kansas City. Here you see it is attached to the hollowing system I also purchased. This system is called the Elbo tool. It attaches to your tailstock and accepts different collars to allow you to use different size boring bars, up to 3/4 of an inch. Here I'm using a 3/8 inch collar so that I can use the swan neck carbide tool that I made. You set the laser to the depth of the wall thickness you're looking for and begin the fun. Notice the light on the front of my tool rest. I picked that up from Cindy Drozda as well. It's a very bright magnetic LED and it's awesome. It allows you to see into your forms without being in your way. I'll put links in the description down below to where you can find these tools. A little finish sanding and wax touch up and we're ready to part it off. Once parted, I place it in my homemade donut chuck to finish off the bottom.
Alright guys, well that wraps up another project. Thanks for sticking around here till the end. Had a lot of fun on this project, learned a ton, made a few mistakes, but that's part of the learning process. As always, I'll put some pictures up at the end so you can have a closer look. Till next time, stay safe in your shops. Zurcher out.